Okay, this is going to be a little difficult, but I want to try to give you a visual of what it looks like and how to create some of the things for the APA paper. In your document, in your Microsoft Word, when you start your new document, you can see I have nothing typed here. So first, you want to find your, if you double click, and I just, clicked my mouse twice here, you might can see it says header, and you might can't see it so clear, but it says header, and then well, maybe I can do this. Let's see if I make the paper bigger. Okay, and so it says header, and then what actually comes up is you get a lot of instructions up here. So in this area under design, you want to hit different first page. And then you want to come over here in the section where it says page number and just go down. You want to hit the one where it says top of page. And if you notice when I went there, you had a lot of possibilities. And you want to pick plain number 3. And that will give you the number 1 in that area. So this is how you want to start creating your first page. So I'm just going to type in running head. Maybe I could spell. And then I'm just going to capitalize so my MACU. So it says running head MACU. Now it's not in the right area, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my cursor to in front of the running head. I'm going to go back over here to where the home is so I can get back to my page, and then I'm going to hit it so it will justify and align everything to the left. So once I did that, I'm going to put the cursor right behind the MACU, and I'm just going to tab my number till it's back where it is. Now sometimes when you go to create your cover page, the font will change. Like this is that Calibre bold. So I'm just going to highlight that, and I'm going to put it into the standard Times New Romans 12. And so if you come out of that and just click anywhere in the page, I now have my running head and my first page. But remember, when you read your information, your running head for your first page is going to be different from your second page. And that's why I had you put that in the way that I did. So I'm just going to enter. Now you could actually put in all of your information, but for time's sake, I'm just going to move quickly. Let's say I've entered everything else. Now I come to page 2. I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to take my mouse and double click so that I have that bar that shows up that says header. You won't see it unless you double click. So now I'm going to put page, same thing, page number, and if you notice when I did that, the number 2 came up, which is great. So I'm just going to put a space in there, and now I'm going to put in MACU, because this is the running head title that I'm using for my paper. But again, it's not in the right place. So I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to take my mouse over here to the top, push my home section, and then when I hit home, it gives me all of my regular everything before. I'm going to go to where I align it so that I can line it, justify it all over to the left. Again, I'm going to put my cursor behind my MACU, and then I'm just going to tab until my 2 is back over where I want it. And again, it changed my font, so I'm going to go back and make sure that it puts it in the Times New Roman size 12. And so again, I'm going to click on that, and then I'm just going to click anywhere in my page, and that went away. Again, when I click at the top, as far up as I can take my mouse, when I click, it brings me into the header. When I come underneath and click, double click, and I'm left-handed, so I'm doing the left side of the mouse. And so now you'll notice that my top one says running head MACU. Oh, it says running head MACU. Always on your first page, you want to have the title running head has to be in there. So I also did a page already that I typed up. No, I don't want to save this. And so here it is. This is what your title page would look like. It would say running head. And so this one, for example, was about MACU standards. And so if you notice, if you can see, the title head is always, can I get you any bigger? No, I can't get you any bigger. It's the MACU, the header name itself is always going to be in complete caps. The running head does not. So I have running head MACU standards. My page is over here. And then I wrote the name of my paper, which is MACU plagiarism standard. I put my name. Then I came further down and I put what the class was, my instructor. I just put professor there. And then the date. And then if you notice when you come to page 2, that MACU standard doesn't have running head in it, but it's there. I did it the same way. And then I began to prepare my paper. And this is how your paper should look. You're going to indent every paragraph, except if you're doing a never mind. I'm just drawing a blank. But you would indent every paragraph and double space after each put a double space after every period, and your paper itself will be double spaced. And remember, you're going to use Time New Romans, font size 12, do not single space, and do not return twice to create the single spaces, because when you send them to me to grade, it will mess your paper up and it will not look right. And to set your double spacing, you would come up here at your top. You'll see right in this area, there's a line spacing that you can pick. If you click on it, it has some numbers. So you would put that and set that to 2 so that you can have double spaces. And so when you start a new paragraph, you only need to return once and indent the paragraph accordingly. Some systems automatically do this. And this will keep you in the right font. Now, I do want to show you also in this paper, and I'm going to email these to you so you'll get a chance to see them better. When citing, you use 2 formats. If you're going to directly quote, you would type as following. So this is a direct quote. I typed at exactly what was in the paper. Plagiarism from the Latin word for kidnapping is the use of someone else's words, ideas, or line of thought without acknowledgement. And then what I did is I gave you the author, the year, and the page. You always remember, and these are in quotation marks. You must always do that. Now, the other way to cite is another way of direct quotation would be, for example, as follows. PMIN 2012 states, plagiarism from the Latin word for kidnapping is the use of someone else's words, ideas, or line of thoughts without acknowledging. And then I put the page 60. So I did it a little different here. I put the author and the year within the sentence. I put in quotation mark the direct quotation, and so I only had to give the page number here. And so I'm going to make sure you get this, and I'll send that out to you, but I did want to give you a little bit of help, and I hope that helps you out some with preparing your APA paper. God bless.